telling. I think it's healthier for everyone, for every member of the family to show the genuine feeling, and can think that in spite of being sad, we were together, we are a family, and we can go through any difficulty, and will be okay. So we support the family, but nowadays I'm sad, and well, how can you help me, or how can I help you? So I think it's the matter of the family. It's the reason of the family, and I think with love you can go through any difficult. But I think it's healthy. It's healthy to show what everyone feels.
Yeah, like Julio and Anita were saying, this like it was like a selfish move from the mom's side, a bit old-fashioned in a way. I was told by my mom, like, Julio, you don't like what's served to you, that you don't like the food, you eat it. I don't care. You are not going to show this respect to your grandmother, blah, blah, blah. So we were there as children, I suppose, most of us. But nowadays it's different. Nowadays it's different. Some would say it's better, some would say it's more difficult, but anyway, it's definitely different. And different is our next question, because it's now more related to ourselves. It's a more subjective question. How do our memories of events from the past, obviously, and how we feel about these events change over time? We got to see in the movie how some of Riley's memories went from joyful to sad moments. And in the end, we get to see that they are a combination of both. Well, but how do our conception or perception of memories may change over time, and why? Why does that happen?
I think that some memories are not the same for me when I remember them when I was a child than now. Some yes, but some are different because there are memories which makes you feel happy, and there are memories which make you be sad, and perhaps when the times goes on, you said, I don't know, nowadays, well, it's not so difficult. That situation, it was not so difficult that I thought at that time. And well, perhaps there are memories that you remember, and you stay thinking that they are sad, but you change when you grow up. No,
Yes, I
about
get that.
memories, I think.
Yeah, I
It
get that. I
depends
get that.
on the memories, no, on the kind of memories.
And how it has affected you, because if it was really traumatic, then it would be really difficult for it to become a joyful memory.
Yes.
But if it is something, well, not that serious, then you may laugh about it and it becomes at least funny. I wouldn't say joyful, but it could become funny.
Yeah, I agree, and I can relate it to. So regarding the question, I think that when I mean, you live, right? So you live things vividly and you feel, right? So you are not you're not working under reason, right? So like emotions and reason are very, very different. And so, like, for example, I mean, you feel something, then, as you said, you remember about it, and you said it was very stupid that I got mad about this, but it's just the way you are feeling in the moment. I mean, you were under a lot of stress whatsoever. So, I mean, I always get kind of mad, for example, when I get home and there isn't anything to eat, right? And it's like, okay, I mean, I know it's very stupid. I can go to the store and get something, but it's just like I've been through hell all day. All I want is to come home and have something to eat and get in the bed and just like be there. And even though you know that it's something that easily solvable, let's say, you cannot help but getting upset. So as you said, and I repeat, after you think about it and you went to the store and you are actually in the bed, you think about it, and of course it is stupid, but well, it's just the way you were feeling, just that.
Just that, yes. Yes. Sometimes it could become a beginning of a learning process in which you say, all right, perhaps I should not get these mad for something this trivial. But anyway, yeah, that's growing up. Javi, Anita, Caro. You there?
Yeah, I think that I like the way they depict the memories in the movie. How some of them at the core, they have an emotion tag to it, but that sometimes they change when Joy realizes that that core memory of Riley celebrating with her team stemmed from a sad memory of her just having lost that game for the team. So I think that when that moment when she realizes that because of sadness, joy came, or that because of a sad memory, a joyful one came to be. I think that I like how they depict that. Because it's true. Sometimes you feel sad for something, but then that can develop into a joyful memory. Or, for example, when you think about a dead relative or someone in your life who's passed away, you might feel sad, but you remember those moments with them in a joyful way. You remember how you felt at that time when you were with them, when you were laughing about something, or so then when they change these memories into, well, happy and angry when she's playing sports, or happy and sad because of this new life, I think that's a great way of understanding how emotions work for us.
And a healthy way of recalling your memories too. There were several studies as regards this, and they say that people who actually have these mixed emotions, or can feel more than one emotion when something happens to them, are healthier people. If you are really, joyful all the time and almost manic like Joy, that's not really healthy. I mean, you cannot be positive 100% of the times for everything, as well as you cannot be sad all the time, because that is also dangerous. Yes, would you say this whole process of storing memories and the what they call them, the memory islands, no, the personality islands, it's something so intelligent, so clever, I know that there were a couple of I wouldn't say misconception, but a couple of things that they were like artistic liberties that they had. But then, all in all, it was a very accurate depiction of a scientific view of how our emotions and our memories work in our minds. I mean, at least that's what scientists say. Yeah, good point, Abby. Pretty well. Anyone else? Caro?
I think everyone tends to be affected by the recent events or the events you are living, and it's difficult sometimes to think about your thoughts or to rewards, recuerdos, reminders. And I think especially in adolescent, but I think it's healthy to think that things will happen, and this situation we are funny or sad is not fixed. We tomorrow, next month, we are move on. So I think it's positive to get the experience of every situation. Sometimes it's difficult, and I think for children it's more difficult. But I think it's a good practice. I think it's not healthy also, or either, to be stuck in the past. If your past was funny, happy, and nowadays your situation change, well, move on. Think about the future. But if you are stuck in the past, that everything was better in the past, it's difficult to move on. Well, it's difficult to think about this or to feel about it, but it's a practice. I think
It's a process of
process.
using that experience and growing because of it or thanks to it. Not everybody can do it, like you said. There are people who are stuck in the past, like you said. Javi was mentioning about these reminiscing the moments with someone who has passed away, and some people decide to continue remembering sad moments, just because. I'm not sure why, but not everybody has that ability of keeping the good memories with a person that has passed away. It's an exercise. Annie?
Yes, and it's tough, I think, but I think at the end is healthier for everyone, not only for you, but also for all your close people.
Well, yes, because if they get to see you sad all the time, you're depressing the rest. Yeah, you're getting everybody depressed. Anita?
Something that Caro said about the conception about the past was better. All people used to think that everything that is in the past is better than the present. I think that's maybe why some memories from Riley became sad. It's like, I don't know the word, but something like homesick. When you miss something, was there, was joyful, but now it's make you sad because you can't have that anymore. It's when you want that again, you are not gonna able because it's different. You are different. It's a different time, a different place, and but I think at the same time it's okay from being sad, but not getting stuck there. Realizing it's sad, but it is in the past, and you're gonna have new things in the future. I don't know if the idea is clear.
Yeah, I got it, and I agree with you. I was thinking about that, this homesick feeling, because I mean, it's not like Riley was consciously taking those memories or those moments for granted. But once she could not have them anymore, once she could not experience the same moments there because she was not there in Minnesota anymore, then it became sad. All of them became sad because of this reminiscing of the past. But anyway, that moment when sadness takes control by the end of the movie, and a memory comes out being, well, sadness and joy, and the memory comes out being sad and joyful at the same time. That's actually coincides with Riley turning 12 by the end of the movie, which we could also say coming into puberty, or those previous years of those previous teenage years. Difficult times. Difficult times. And she didn't have acne, so, well, not that difficult, but difficult anyway. All right, next question. Again, a subjective question. Do you think people like some emotions better than others? And what does that tell us about how people expect us to behave? I think it's very much related to what most of you were talking about before, getting stuck in the past, how you remember the people who have passed away. I think it's very much related to what we were talking about, but let me know what you think about it.
Obviously, I think people like more being funny than or happy than being sad. But I think every feeling it's important. It's needed to pass on or pass through. In the more quickly you can pass to another feeling, or to feel every situation, or everything you experience, will be you will enjoy more the life, and you will get more experience. But, well, it's obviously it's difficult, especially for children and for teenagers. But that's my point of view.
Yes, it is. Yes, Caro, I agree with you. And like you said, some people get stuck in the past before. There are some people who seem to be dominated by mostly one of these emotions, right? Of course, context may help. As for instance, if the person is driving, and you get to see that most people are angry when they are driving, or when they are, I don't know, going to college, going to university, and that's fear. Fear taking control. But most regularly, do you believe that some people tend to be dominated by one emotion more than the others? Caro mentioned joy. So most people intend to be happy. Yes, Javi?
Yeah, I think that it has to do with how people cope with stress and these situations where some people get really upset about everything or get really sad when something happens to them, and even it's some tiny little thing that can be solved in 5 minutes, but they are very dramatic about it. And I think that that has to do with that one emotion that's running everything.
Yes.
Well,
Like
but you're saying
that.
there that, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I was going to say
No,
she was
that
talking about. She was talking
you're
about you.
saying that if you feel you're being dramatic.
No, but they are not, as you said, reasoning and emotions are completely different. And instead of looking at a problem with logic and saying, okay, this can be fixed immediately and effortlessly, but they let their emotions their emotions control the situation.
Where is my food?
Yeah, but that's, I mean, I don't think that is that saying that someone is dramatic, because it.
No, well, maybe I used the wrong word. Okay.
Okay, well, yeah. No,
She took
because
it personally. There we go.
because right.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was thinking, for example, of my dad. Whenever he has a problem, he gets very upset, and he half the time that he spends being dramatic about it, he could just solve the problem easily. And that's that's what first came to mind when this happened. When this idea came.
yeah, I understand. Wording didn't help you, but I understood. But yeah, I mean, I know that but I mean, again, it's very difficult to control your emotions, as you said, and like to be extremely logical about everything, because if you are, then you have to overthink and find like the best solution, and it's like it's even worse than just letting yourself feel. So I feel angry. Why am I not going to show you that I am? So but yeah, I mean, so what I was gonna say after you said the word dramatic is that
The
like
D word.
the D word. It's that. So I remember that in college we used to read about Aristotle and how he suggested that in the balance of all the, like, of everything in general, you would find kind of peace, right? Or that like it was the right way. So I get your point that if you are stuck on being angry all day and or feeling fear about everything, it must be very, very difficult for you to live. So like in the balance is where you find happiness, let's say. So yeah, I mean, that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, and that will eventually affect your health too. I mean, can you imagine someone being constantly angry about stuff? I could assume that person, and I'm not talking about you that happy, I'm just saying someone in general, that person could be probably having some hypertension problems or stuff like that, you know, because of this anger that all your blood goes to your limbs and everything. Yeah, it's not healthy. Anita?
Okay, so like the others, yes, I think that. Now, what I want to say was about fear. I think that fear is a emotion that sometimes is like not in a good spot. You know, for example, it's not good that you have fear, or I don't know, from changes or doing something. I don't know. But at the same time, I think that fear it's maybe what makes us change, or I don't know. Like it's a motto. Like sometimes
So,
fear is what, yes, but sometimes people say confuse fear with a cowardness. You know what I'm saying?
cowardice.
Um, So
with cowardice. Well, yeah. I mean, being fearful is that situation in which you go like, whoa, 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 wait a second, this is different. Are we sure about this? Are we doing this? What are the consequences? What could happen to us if we do it? Evaluating all of that is that moment in which you're scared. Now, there's being scared and there's being completely terrified and paralyzed. And well, that's when fear completely takes over you, and that's obviously not positive. The same goes for evaluation, for instance. When I tell my students, it's okay, be nervous, but don't let nerves, control you. Nervousness. Well, I know it's difficult. It's easier said than done, but well, you need to work on that if nervousness are your thing, if fear is your thing. Because I mean, any single emotion that dominates your mind is, like we said, not really healthy. All right, this whole work in the brain was really so clever in my opinion. So how did the different parts of the brain work together to create Riley's experience of the world? I mean, what happens in the brain? There were different many elements that we didn't include all of them because, I mean, the workshop was going to be endless, but there were so many things happening, not just the emotions. The emotions were like the more aesthetic thing of the film. But what about the rest of the work in the brain? The train of thought, for instance. Yeah.
My favorite part is the one that they just throw away memories. And they keep the one of the announcement. And I just remember Intercendida de Marolio. Mariolo, everyone knows that song, and I think that everyone has a spot on their head of their brain, keeping that song for the future generation.
Actually, when I saw the summary that the channel Te lo resumo si nomás makes, and they used Marelia's song for that bit, it's so accurate.
Yeah, I think everybody thought about that, being in a very important meeting and all of a sudden, yeah, you're right.
I think that part of the brain when just make that decision, what works, what doesn't work anymore for you, for your life. I think it's a pretty interesting part of our brain.
Yeah.
I don't know, sometimes it's when someone can remember something that you don't, like, I was even there. I can remember it. I think it's something really funny about our brain.
Well, we tend to have a better skill for different types of memorization skills. Some are more visual, some are more auditive, some will relate it to movement. But yeah, I suppose it has to do with that. Juli, Caro, Ale, anything you would like to add? We've got now 9 minutes left, just so that and we'll restart if we need to, obviously.
I think, I think that all of things which happened in our life, in each part of our life, give us some experience to live and to try to improve our behavior and our and to think about the reason that each situation happened to us. I think that each situation learn us a lot of things. So when we grow up, we have that situation, those situations as experience to improve as persons. No,
Yeah. Those experiences teach us
to be better.
to be better. Yeah, if we learn
It's
from them,
difficult.
obviously.
Yes, it's difficult because sometimes we don't learn about a lot of things or situations, but the idea is to learn and to be better and that those things give us experience to be better and
It's not always easy.
to do different um, the situations actually, no, than in the past.
I get it. Yeah. To make the best of it, basically, and in your current situation.
You try.
You have to try.
Then
Otherwise, you are not learning. You have to try. Yeah. Nobody has mentioned Bing Bong. I was going to video Bing Bong, but then I thought it was going to be too long, and I think I was right. I mean, I know it's a bit silly, but that's one of the moments that I cannot help but cry. You know.
Of course, if you don't cry when he dies, you don't have a heart.
He doesn't die. He does not die. Although it could be worse. It could be better dying. But he's being forgotten, which is even worse, I suppose. it's a more tragic end.
Inconditional.
Yes. He was an unconditional imaginary friend, and then he becomes forgotten. Mm-hmm. And Joy was planning to, bring him back to Riley's conscious, but well, not happening. Howie?
I think in the inconsciente, subconscious, Big Bang is stay.
He will prevail. He will remain alive in Riley's subconscious. I want to think of that too, but
yes.
Howie?
Yeah, I saw this movie a lot of times, and I was watching it yesterday, and I was sobbing to this scene, and I thought, how can these people make me cry over an imaginary elephant / dolphin / cat made of cotton candy? But Pixar people are geniuses, so
I think they are.
And I really love the way they represent all these theories. All these theories about the subconscious and how the mind works, the way they represent it, some very literal, like the train of thought, or
the train of thought is.
Yeah, the way they, well, when I'm seeing the pictures there, the facts and opinions that they look like one another.
Just a second.
And they found these little things, how imagination works, that Joy puts some chips in the board and makes Riley see things, imagine things. It's very, very cleverly made.
The dream productions, how dreams are produced.
Yeah.
With Jungles, the happy clown or something like that. Jungles. Who's the birthday girl? Right. Many people have that clown fear. You know what it's called? It's a phobia. It's a very strange name. Now, Harry does not remember. It's called coulrophobia. Why is it called coulro? I have no idea, but it's called coulrophobia. That's irrational fear of clowns. Very common. Very common. Have you ever had an imaginary friend as a child? Or maybe you don't remember about it, Alejandra.
No.
I don't know.
No, I don't remember, at least. No.
Your children?
No. As far as I know, no. No.
Yeah. I'm still trying to guess. My girl is very young. You know, she keeps making up stories and things like that, but she's not even 3. But sometimes I'm wondering if she's talking to somebody in particular, or if she's possessed. But anyway, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Well, we don't know. She misbehaves a lot. I don't know. It could be. Annie, Juli.
What is the
Bing
question?
bong,
If
bing.
I did have, I think there were 2 friends, imaginary friends, but I used
Ooh.
to, my mother used to tell me that I requested that she put like 2 more plates in the table for them. No food, but like the 2 plates. So yeah, I think it's very, very common, and it's actually healthy to have an imaginary friend, according to what my psychologist told me. But well, that's probably her opinion.
No, it's completely normal. That's what they say. Languages.
Yeah.
And
so I wanted to know why. Sorry, if you go back to these slide, why is there a picture of Mr. Robinson there? Is it on purpose?
You mean this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, it was part of the clash.
Okay.
But one of the Easter eggs says that there was a guy who had the same shirt that Sid had in Toy Story 1. It's not exactly the same because Sid had actually a skull here.
Yeah.
But I'm just guessing it could be because of that, or it might just be a mistake, and I didn't delete it. But
no, it's fine.
good.
I just wanted to know because probably there was kind of an Easter egg or something like that would connect these 2 movies. So, well, but it's fine.
Well, yeah. There were actually 2 or 3 of them as regards Toy Story. One was that. The other one was one of the toys on the back in Riley's bedroom, I think, in one of the memories. You could also see
the ball, I think, or something.
In one of the bulbs, you could see up couple. I'm really terrible with names nowadays, but I'm old. But you could see one of these up moments of them getting married in one of the bulbs. But there are many Easter eggs in all of Pixar films. Less than a minute left. Let's start over again. Are we still good, Caro? Yeah? Can you still make it for another 5-10 minutes? Yeah?
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay, then let's restart. Let's restart the meeting before it ends. Be right back.